Hey everybody, this is Ben from T3 bringing you more regional coverage, this time coming from Game Empire Pasadena in Southern California. With me commentating, I have Timmy Wong.
Hi everyone.
And on the left we have Stephen Avery playing Leela, and on the right we have Jason playing NEH. And this match is already off. NEH getting some stuff out, drawing some cards, playing hedge funds, and making money.
Yep, seems pretty standard for NEH. Gotta install those remotes and get those free draws. This regional happened on May 21st of this year, and the latest pack, I think, was maybe the Liberated Mind?
Liberated Mind, yes. And Leela dirty laundering R&D, trying to find something that she can trigger her ability off of, I'm sure, trying to, Leela likes getting an early siphon off and really being able to slam HQ, slam everything.
That's the Leela lottery right there. Yep. You have to ice HQ, then they top deck your agenda, bounce your HQ ice, and then siphon you. And it's just bad. It's bad times. Okay. Anyway, Steven's playing this really, really carefully.
And it kind of looks like maybe this might be a Dave Hoyland type security testing Desperado Leela.
Yeah, that's the most common build, I'd say. Play the good criminal cards and treat the Leela ability as more of a bonus. Also, it gives you some outs to build up for a power turn in the late game if early on you don't manage to get those lucky steals. So Steven trashed that Sensi Actors Union, which is really important.
That card is bonkers good. It's NBN's trap, and it doesn't cost them anything to fire it, and it just punishes you for not running. And if getting it to fire once by itself is tremendous, but if that gets left on the board for 2 or more turns, it's disaster for a runner.
Yeah, every time I saw Sensi firing in this tournament, it just seemed incredibly bad for the runner. I don't know if I saw a runner come back from that. So good of Steven to really check those remotes and keep that down.
Yeah, stay on top of it there. Mm-hmm. I mean, especially with Leela, you also have it benefits you to check the remotes anyway, because if that was an agenda, pops up the HQ ice, opens up that siphon option again. Can really keep NBN on the back foot, which as often as you can do it, that's what you want.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Steven would like to have his Desperado. That would really make it really painless to check every remote.
NEH getting some Jackson here.
Mm-hmm. Setting the hand up.
Yeah. Getting rid of some agendas, I'm sure, throwing those back. Safe away from Leela's ability.
Yeah. Still unclear what Jason is looking for here. He could be looking for more ice to try to shut off that security testing, or just trying to advance his own game plan with either fast advance or kill. Still unclear which he is at the moment.
But either way, there was a lot of kill running around in Pasadena, so it's been a very real threat for sure. Something that both players had to respect, so I'm sure that's why Steven taking it a little bit slower here than he normally might. I know most of the top 8 here was dominated by Butcher Shop, I believe, which was surprising coming out of Vegas.
Was there not much Butcher Shop in Vegas?
I don't remember much Butcher Shop in Vegas at all, yeah.
California seems to love its Butcher Shop decks. So right now, Jason has this huge credit advantage, and you can see that Scorch in the archives there that he discarded. So I'm sure Steven was worried about just getting mid-season off of this archives run, but he still had to go for it, force the Jackson use, and hope that Jason doesn't have the mid-season yet, as it looks like he might not.
See, especially when you see the Scorch in the bin early.
Yeah, real important info. Now Steven knows that he needs to be very aware of his credit total and his hand size.
Actually, kind of interesting that Jason chose to discard that. At the very least, I think that's a piece of information you want to keep as close to the chest as you can.
Yeah, that would make me really worried as the runner about the corpse hand. What does he have in there that would justify discarding a Scorched Earth?
Seriously, what is better than a Scorched Earth?
He paid 4 influence for that card, and then just threw it away.
It does
Some
have a
excess
bunch
right
of money.
there.
Targeted marketing.
Yes. So this was Jason's kind of spicy card for this tournament. None of the other butcher shops were really running this card. But originally Jason's deck was a New Angeles Soul deck. And he found that targeted marketing was still good even without that soul ability.
Oh, is this a converted target? That would make sense with the Data Hound that we saw.
The News Hound.
News Hound, yes.
Data Hound is a different Netrunner card.
Data, news, they all sound the same. So close.
They're all ice. They're just programs. It's not like they're people
No.
or dogs.
No, that's fine. They don't have feelings.
Tell that to Apex.
It doesn't matter anyway. He's a virus. He should be purged.
What if purging also destroyed Apex? Save us some time.
Yep, save some time. No problem. Make everyone happier. Except Greg.
So we can't hear what targeted marketing named, but together with this install server, install ice play, it seems pretty likely that it was a breaker, probably like Corroder. So Steven has to expect wraparound on the server. Oh, but he already has Corroder. Okay, so probably it's the code gate breaker.
Or a Siphon. I could see a Siphon here.
Yes. Siphon is always a decent choice against Criminal. So Steven is playing a special order, taking his time, I guess looking for whatever he uses to break code gates on remotes. I can't see what that card is.
Oh, there's a Zoo.
Okay. So yeah, targeted marketing probably didn't name Zoo because it's kind of hard to predict what exact code gate breaker the Leela is packing.
I would go with a Siphon here. That seems to make sense. But NBN does have a bunch of money anyway.
Okay, so Steven puts down the Zoo, and if Siphon is being marketed against, I imagine Steven has to do something else. He could run this remote and hope it's an agenda, and then go for a Siphon. Seems like decent play, though pretty risky against a Scorch deck.
Yeah, but Steven is set up, so he can afford a little bit of time, I think. Unless it's like a Plascrete, unless the targeted marketing is doing a Plascrete run, which would be scary.
Yeah, that'd be wicked.
Especially since Jason already discarded a Scorch, that would be really scary.
But look at this money. It's so brutal because you're afraid of running early against these butcher shop decks. But if you don't run, they just have all the time in the world to draw into their all the restructures and just outpace you for so many turns.
And get their breaking news or get all sorts of answers that they have access to.
Yeah, and as a criminal especially, you can't really make money without running. So you're just constantly at risk of dying at any time, pretty much.
C-Source or accidental mid-season, catching an agenda, yeah.
I believe Steven is playing at least one Plascrete in his deck, but he has to draw it.
Or Sports Hopper. I believe Sports Hopper was out at this point.
Yeah, I think Steven just has Plascrete, but I could be wrong.
I would have definitely played Plascrete if I knew how big Butcher Shop was going to be on the day.
Yeah.
Plascrete would have been better.
Probably 3 Plascretes were justified at this event.
But the advance out of that remote is terrifying.
Yeah, that's so scary.
Because if that's advance and then you can traffic accident Scorch, there's a lot of things that could mean death for Steven unless he gets some type of defense. Yeah. This Sneak Door Beta is a great play though if Jason has any agendas. He gets a little bit of information. He hopefully can get that agenda bounced back to his hand. Scorched Earth is reaffirming this fear.
That's the hope, yeah. So Steven is going all in on hitting an agenda and using his Leela ability to deny this card, which we suspect is a breaking news that will about to kill him.
He's gotta run the remote. He has all of his breakers. He has the money. I mean,
yeah.
I think here you have to run that remote.
I think
Yeah,
that would be a
that's-
better play.
I think this is game.
Like, force Jason to also have the mid-season in order to kill you.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Steven had the answers, unless that's a 2-century deep remote, which, who would do that?
someone who's playing news hands, I suppose.
And there it is.
There it is. Advance the breaking news, score it, and then traffic scorch. And looks like
He had two agendas.
He had 2 agendas that were missed and no midseason. Oh man.
Well, maybe one could have been a mandatory draw. Actually, I think one was a draw.
Okay.
Because he had
Right.
6 cards in his hand. 2 were the kill. 1 was Salem's.
Agenda and something else.
I believe. Well, either way, that's game 1. So this is, as we said, Butcher Shop was very, very prevalent in Pasadena. So you can see why.
Yeah, very powerful deck, capable of draws that just crush every runner pretty much. You just automatically win sometimes. It's good quality for a deck to have.
Yep. So thank you very much for watching. We'll have a lot more coming up soon.
Yep, take care.